ask you a question. Hold on, wait 1 second. Because you just made a statement. You said I had my child at 20 and I had nothing. Is that a proud moment for you?
I'm gonna say this clear as day.
Yes or no? Was it a proud moment?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a shameful moment.
Well, then we don't think the same.
Decision I ever made.
We don't think the same then.
That's fine. But it was
Yeah,
the
that's
best decision
absolutely
that I
fine.
made as a 20-year-old, because if I didn't do it,
That's absolutely fine.
If I didn't do it, see, this is the thing. If I didn't have my son at 20, I wouldn't have none right now. So I'm happy I had him early. I'm happy I had him in the struggle. I'm happy.
Why you wouldn't have none right now? Why?
Because I wasn't able to. I had Major, come on. So my thing is that it was meant for me to have him at that time.
You wasn't able to because of what?
Medical reason.
Medical reason?
I had several miscarriages.
Okay, that doesn't mean that you couldn't have a child.
Apparently I didn't, right?
That doesn't mean you couldn't have a child. You
Apparently
had one. You had one, and then you had some other. And what?
I had 11 miscarriages. Apparently I didn't.
And if
wait, Major.
Hold on, bro. If I'm not mistaken, the conversation that we have had publicly, numerous times, is that your baby father or your husband was stressing you to a point where you couldn't carry a child, correct?
That wasn't the only reason. We had in 10-year span.
Okay, so
11 miscarriages. Our body, we did a genetic test, and when we did a genetic test, my body rejected him.
Y'all didn't mesh, and he was stressing you at the same time.
And it was stress. But the point that I'm making, at 30, that happened from 30 to 40. At 20, when I had my son in the struggle, I'm happy I did. That's what I'm saying.
What
I'm saying is, the conversation that we had was that genetically you and your ex-husband didn't mesh, and he was stressing you at the same time. It wasn't a medical reason why you couldn't have the children.
No, it was. The doctor said my body was rejecting his sperm.
You was conceiving children, but you was losing them.
My body was rejecting his sperm.
Right. So how can you sit here and say if you didn't make your child at that time, you would have never made children? That doesn't make sense to me.
I shouldn't know that issue. I shouldn't know that.
So hold on. My child is not from my ex-husband. My child is from my son's father. Two different men. So I'm happy I had my son in the struggle at 20.
When I got married in
my 30s.
The difference in the conversation, though, because I don't want to get into your fertility situation, because that's not even the conversation, respectfully, though. It's the fact that there are some people where the hustler in them don't wake up when they have children. Some people, they become more of a bum.
That's true.
Some of them depend on the government assistance. Your mother, y'all got up and y'all wouldn't handle your business. There are some people who don't handle their business at all. They depend on government, and then they turn around. And then they turn around and want their children to go down the same path, or they want their children to become wealthy and then take care of them. Is what Major was saying earlier. That's worthless behavior. That's bum mentality.
No, that part I totally agree. That's some bum shit. But to say most people do have their kid in the struggle, especially when you're young. Let's keep it real. Majority of men and women get pregnant in their 20s. They don't have big houses and big cars.
But you're talking like that's the way it should be and it's okay. No, we should make better choices. And as we learn and as we grow along in life, we should understand that Planned Parenting should be a thing in our community, instead of laying down and saying, "Oh, she got pregnant. I don't even know if it's mine." That's what we go through in our community.
Shit. That's some bullshit.
What are you talking about? You know how many people do that? You know how many situations that dudes is just fucking, and a woman becomes pregnant and he like, "Oh fuck, I think she's pregnant." This and that, and you're making it sound like it's okay. That's what I'm saying.
I never said that. I never said that.
You are. I'm saying that. And that's what I'm trying to show you, that we as a people should be able to learn from our mistakes. I never said there was nothing wrong with having a child in the struggle, because most of us do come from the struggle.
That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is we should make better choices.
So
and hold on, and we should learn from our parents. If our parents did it, then we should learn and unlearn certain things from our parents. We shouldn't sit here and be like, oh, that's okay, and I'm gonna do the same, and my child should do the same too, because I made it, my mother made it, so they can make it. No, we should change the narrative. That's what we should do.
I don't disagree with that, but this is the thing.
Major.
I agree with that. But this
what I think is that people need to stop romanticizing struggle, because that's the problem. People romanticize the struggle. They make it seem like, it's okay. Everybody, it's not okay.
So let me ask you this. So, all right, I have a
And
question
the
about
fact
that.
remains that you're still irresponsible.
All
That's
right,
the fact.
Wait. When you say don't romanticize struggle, a 21-year-old, most Jewish people, most Indian, Italians, all of them, they get married very early, right? Very early. Some Christians, they get married early as well. You're telling me these young people that choose to get married early, like my sister, she just sent a family picture. My sister got married at 22. My brother got married at 24. These people that get married at early age, some of them in school together, some of them are not, some of them are working, trying to just build a future together. Those are all struggles.
What?
Those are all struggling, trying to build a life.
The religions that you call out are.
No, what I'm saying is that.
Hold on. Your point that you just made, you said
Go ahead.
these Jewish people and these people from other ethnic groups, they get married at 21 and this and that, right? First of all, let me explain something to you. If you do know about these cultures, then you do know that the father picks the husband, and the father that picks the husband, he picks them based off of their merits,
family
based
wealth,
off of what they own. Hold on, based on what they own, based on they lineage and all of these type of things. So at the end of the day, if you're gonna pick my wife for me, then the parent that's supposed to have the right train of thought is gonna pick what's best for you. Them people in Crown Heights right now, all them Jews that own 26 buildings and this and that and all that, and got their own police and all this other stuff. What you think they just marrying at 21?
What I'm saying is that is not. I used to work with a bunch of them. Not all of them come from that.
Hold on. You think their daughter come home and say, "Mom, I'm pregnant for Rosh Hashanah"?
What I'm saying to you, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
No. What I'm saying to you is that young people. No.
There's no comparison.
Wait. Because I've worked with
for who?
And I work with a lot of different people from different cultures. What I'm simply saying is that there are young people that just get married young and build life together. Then most of them don't have gold spoon. Most of them don't have this. They're figuring it all out. I've seen it with my own family. The struggle is not as bad as you may want to look at it and say. So when you say struggle, it's subjective, because your struggle could be, okay, babe, you work and go to school, and I work full time.
We all know what
that's
the struggle
struggle.
is. We all know what the struggle is.
Because I hear women. Hold on,
Night. Pacifying the struggle, and we all know what it is.
No, I've heard women say they don't
want. We all know what the struggle is.
This the romanticizing I'm talking.
Exactly. That's the romanticizing. Exactly.
What's the romanticizing?
We all are very, very aware of what the struggle is.
Like you're saying, because you went through that struggle, it's almost like you need a medal to say, you know what I mean? A clap, like you're the only one that went through. I don't understand why we glorify this shit like it's cool. It's not. Like,
I'm confused.
So the struggle that we've gone through, and everyone's gone through some type of struggle. Depending on the kind of struggle that you've gone through, it's not okay. Like the trauma in you going through that struggle makes you think that it just made me better, it made me stronger, which it did in essence, yes. However, when you speak to it as if like that's a badge of honor, as the guy said earlier. It's not. That struggle was probably unnecessary. That struggle you shouldn't have had to go through it, but you did. Yes, it made you better. Okay, you have a testimony behind it. However, that was a struggle that probably could have been avoided. That was a struggle that probably could have been, you know what I'm saying? You could have prevented said struggle.
Okay, the question is, did you plan that birth to have that child, or was it something that just happened?
My son,
Okay, so you both got up at the age of 20 and says,
yes, I want a baby. Yeah.
You want a baby?
Did you own anything at the time?
No, not one thing. I had an apartment
and you think that was a good decision to make?
It was the best decision I ever made, and I will do it again. I don't
so that man, so that man that made the plan with you, that's the man that you had miscarriages for?
No, that's my ex. That's my son's father.
So you would sit down and say to yourself, that was the best choice?
That's the best choice I ever made, and I will do it again, brother.
Hold on. Wait, are you? But the person that you made,
it doesn't matter.
Hold on.
No one asked her why. You have to ask her why.
No, I don't want to ask
her the why.
No, you can ask her the why, but what I want to say is, so the person that you got up and made plans with, at some point it didn't work out. So you were left with the bill. In the sense of saying, so you're saying with all of that happening, you're saying you made the right choice, is what I'm asking.
Yes.
So him leaving you, or you leaving him, that was part of the plan too?
Whether it was part of the plan or not, having my son on earth is the best decision I ever made. Do you understand that, sir?
I figured that's why you was saying that. It's because the child was born.
My son is here.
Yeah,
I got a son that I am extremely...
That's all she said.
All right, hold on, brother. Let me explain this to you. If I die right now as we're talking on this live, the best thing I've ever done in this life is bring that boy on this earth. I don't give a fuck about nothing else, no material thing. The best thing I've ever done is bring him here. So I will do it again.
So then in this conversation, now imagine you have that mindset of the best thing that you ever done was bring your child into this life, and your child struggle when you leave this life. Your child has nothing.
No, he won't. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever destiny God has for him. Hold on, let me say this. Whatever destiny the Most High have for him, it's going to be for him.
That's the letter we're talking about.
So the accountability is not on you. The accountability is not on you.
Wait.
Accountability is on God, not on you.
Hold on.
For making that decision.
Whatever destiny is written for Lifnay, because I could leave Lifnay a ton of things, and guess what? He could lose all that shit. Whatever destiny that
I'd rather
we're not talking about him losing it.
He's gonna have.
I'd rather that happen than he don't get shit.
Yeah, I'd rather give him. I give it to him.
That is what you're saying.
Because if I have something to give him, to give him when I pass, I did my job. If I'm leaving him with a chance to be better than me, I did my job. I didn't just bring him here. No, because Caribbean parents ever think.
God, not you.
Yeah, Caribbean parents ever think to say, them feel like just because them birth you, that is enough.
Well, for me, I don't look at it that way, but I look at it this much.
Yeah, you do look at it that way.
The best thing that I ever done, I don't care what nobody's opinion is and what their thoughts are, is me bringing that boy in this world.
Yeah, but you're trying to stick on that. And that's not even what we're talking about.
If I'm
trying to stick on the birth of your child when we're talking about the irresponsibility of not leaving them anything. And you're using that as an anchor. That's what you're doing. You're using that as an anchor.
What are you talking about? You're turning this on me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because you keep laying on the fact that I brought a child into this world and I would do it again and this and that.
Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
That was not the topic. The topic was you making sure your child
that wasn't the topic with me saying with my son.
That's what the topic was.
Yes, but the question was, would you do the struggle? I'm answering to his question.
Who asked, would you do the struggle? Who asked that?
The young man that was here.
Nobody asked you that.
What are you talking about? The guy asked me, would I do it again?
The topic was people who are irresponsible by not setting up a plan to leave something with their children. That's
the original, but I'm going off of his question just
now. You're not talking about the original topic.
No, I'm talking about what he asked me.
You're not addressing him.
I am addressing what he just asked me.
Oh, okay. Oh, what he just asked you. But you've been saying that for a half an hour now. You've been saying the same thing.
Oh, my God. He just asked me, would I do it again?
And you've been saying the same thing for a half an hour.
Oh, my God, Nigel. You twist shit around.
You wasn't saying the same thing for half an hour?
What did he just ask me?
Were you not saying the same thing for half an hour?
What did he just ask me, Nigel?
Don't know.
Let me explain something to you, right? When I have a conversation, My conversation is always going to be based off the premise of the topic.
He asked me. I'm answering based on what he asked me.
Hold on. You've been saying. You asking me what he just asked you. That's what you asking me. Your question to me right now is, what did he just ask me? I don't care what he just asked you. You know why? Because you've been making the same statements for a half an hour. So you can't be addressing what he just asked you when you've been saying the same thing for a half an hour. That's my point. The question was, the statement was, my statement was, if you are leaving nothing to your children and you are okay with that, and you think there's nothing wrong with that, you are irresponsible. And you returned and said, there's a lot of people that is not going to leave nothing for their children, and that's okay. That's the conversation I'm on. I don't care about what he asked you 5 minutes ago. I'm talking about the premise of the conversation. And this is the reason why a lot of people get caught up in conversations that we're not even talking about. How are we talking about what he asked you 5 minutes ago when we've been talking about the same thing for half an hour?
You're sending me. You're sending me right now. Because the conversation just now is based on what he just asked me, the questions that he just asked.
So the whole conversation we've been having...
No, but you want to go back to the beginning of the conversation. And
is that not what we're talking about?
Okay, hold on. It's two separate conversations that was being had at the same time.
Okay, what was the second conversation?
The man kept asking her private questions as to what made me even say, we're not talking about her fertility. We're not talking about that conversation.
Right.
Because he kept asking her.
Which means we went back to the topic, right?
When you would say something, he was still talking and asking her questions.
Yes.
She kept responding to him. So she was no longer responding to you. So she was responding to what he was saying and what he was asking. And then now that he's dropped, however he dropped, she was still talking about what he was talking about, but you were never talking about what he was talking about. And she was.
Okay.
That's what happened.
And I still disagree with not leaving nothing and being okay. Sean!
I disagree.
Sean!
What's going on? I like the struggle. What y'all talking about?
I'm going to tell you this, Sean. Sean, don't do it. Sean, don't do it.
You got to struggle to make it, bro.
Hold on. Watch this. Watch how I'm going to shut you down. Because I grew up with this guy, and he doesn't have a struggle story. He don't have a struggle story.
I sure don't. I went to private.
He grew up in a brownstone, and he was a beautiful life with a beautiful mother, and his mother was a successful woman.
You know what? You know it's funny you should say that, right? That's what we feel as children. But remember, my father passed away when I was 8. That's a struggle.
Absolutely.
That's a struggle by itself.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I talk to my mother, she'll be like, yo.
But look, Sean, let me say this.
I'm listening.
Your struggle compared to a nigga in Tompkins Project struggle is 2 different struggles, my brother.
No, listen.
Your mother kept that brownstone roof over your head, brother.
No, she did, but that's the thing. It's like struggle is all relative.
That's why I said it's subjective.
Absolutely.
It really is, because the thing is, like, I heard y'all talking about, like, leaving your children money, right? Is that what y'all talking about?
Just money. It wasn't just money.
This is financial. What was it? Because I came in.
Financial literacy, collateral, things of such.
Assets. We said to leave children with a...
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But
hold on, wait, Sean. Since you just come in, let me just bring you up real quick. What up, girl?
Yeah.
What up, girl? Let me just tell you a quick story real quick. So real quick, before we get back to the conversation, when I was a singer and I used to do music and stuff, she was in my first music video that I had, right? This is my dog right here. This is my dog. Right? So let me tell you the funny shit, right? The funny shit
is, y'all smiling like
that's why they belong together.
Oh my God, they look alike. They're like brothers and sisters.
Let me tell you, Tamara. Let me tell you, right? So I did a song called "Hey Pretty Girl," right?
Yeah.
And she was the main girl in the video, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, he was like, "Yo, you're not acting," because him and his friend, which is our friend Eden, they were directing the video, right?
Video, yeah.
So I'm playing the role, but I'm a little uncomfortable because this is my boy girl. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to touch her certain ways and shit. And this nigga stopped. This nigga said, "Cut, bro. You're not playing the role right." And I'm like, "What you want me to do?" He was like, "Yo, put your head on, bud. Touch her. You know what I'm saying? This is your girl in the video."
This is what are we doing?
I'm like, "I'm sorry, Sean, but I can't do that, bro." So this is like my family right here. This is family.
Yeah.
Straight up family. You
For
know
sure.
what I'm saying? But the premise of the conversation, Sean, was this, right? I said that we have to break this train of thought of feeling like, okay, our grandparents struggled and made it, our parents struggled and made it, so we should struggle and make it, and our parents should struggle, our kids should struggle and make it. I don't believe that. What I believe is that we should set up something. I don't believe that you should leave your kid in debt. I don't believe that I don't think that you should leave your kid with a note saying, "Trust God and may the force be with you." I believe that you're irresponsible.
May the force be with you.
Agreed. Let me tell you something. I totally agree with that.
I felt like it's okay to do that. That's where we at.
Let me defend myself.
Hold on, let him talk.
I'm gonna listen.
In defense of myself, I personally think that not everyone is able to do it. Not everybody's capable of leaving something to their child. So somebody leave words, even if you leave some poems, some notes, some things, it's the same thing as leaving, to me, from my perspective. Depends on how the relationship is with that child. You can leave some wisdom to your child, and it could be as valuable as $1 billion. That's all I'm saying. Not everybody has the opportunity. Not everybody has the opportunity to leave. Whatever, Nigel. Not everybody has the opportunity.
Oh shit.
But you're still irresponsible, I believe.
Not everybody has that opportunity.
I'm gonna say two things.
Yeah.
One is, I don't think it's irresponsible. I don't.
Me neither.
I think it really actually is more important to actually leave the stuff in them. I always say this. My husband's father passed away when he was 8, right? But he's an amazing father because all that he got in those 8 years. So he might not have been able to leave him. You know, he was only here for 8 years, but the value that he did in those 8 years literally made him who he is today.
Let me ask you a question, Sean.
I was gonna say, but real quick,
Sean,
I think y'all both.
Ask you a question. Hold on. I just want to ask you one question.
Yeah, you can.
Besides the moralities and besides the lessons that you learned from your father within those 8 years, did he not set up a way where your mother would be able to survive at least to take care of y'all until if he's away?
No.
I'm gonna be.
Just if he's talking about.
Come back on in 2 minutes. I'm gonna go back on in 2 minutes.
What you said?
I'm gonna come back on.
She's gonna go back on.
Why you gonna start shit and then leave?
Because I gotta run to the car.
We wasn't even talking about none of this shit until you came on. Now you wanna leave.
I'm coming right back. Just make sure you hold my spot. 2 minutes in the car.
That's crazy. We not holding no spot. Go ahead.
Hold on.
We not holding no spot. Go ahead.
You know I love you, Nigel.
But
Say you love me, Nigel. Say it.
I love you too.
Boy, you better say it.
I'll be right back, y'all.
No, so what I'm gonna say is, you know, of course, like insurance. So he left her a little something, but after that, no.
Wait.
Wait.
Listen, wait.
I'm gonna let you finish.
That was my statement. I said, while you're alive, now that you know that I don't got shit to leave these kids, guess what? It is your responsibility to open up a trust or a CD account or insurance or something. Even and I stated this. I said even if it's $20,000, I am the person that's supposed to make my child better off than he was.
That's right.
That was my statement.
But here's the thing, y'all are both right. Yeah. And y'all are both saying the same thing. You're talking.
No, not.
Wait,
If you leave me a note saying trust God at that funeral, I'm flipping that casket over. I'm screwing that shit over.
Wait, Nigel. No, listen. You're talking monetary, right? You're talking like, yo, you should have some kind of money set up. Yeah. But she's talking about something that she can say that can make him make more money than that. Here you go. And so that wait, hold on.
She don't got money.
No,
What the fuck you gonna tell me?
No, but the thing is,
what are you gonna tell your child that's gonna help him make money when you ain't got it? You ain't even listening to yourself.
Wait, to not do what I did. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's
So
just the point.
we could see not to do what you did. I don't need a piece of paper if you saying that.
You ain't got to tell me that.
My thing is this though, even in the conversation, I don't know if Majah even said this part. The conversation was never about your personal sentiments when it comes to writing pieces of paper. We were talking about generational wealth and breaking the stigma in our community when it comes to people leaving their children nothing. So they live to die. And so they're not creating any type of generational wealth or implementing any type of financial literacy onto their children or onto themselves. And so now they've struggled their whole life. The children have watched them struggle. And then when they're dead and gone, they leave nothing. Not a life insurance, not a policy.
Now it's my responsibility to bury you.
But wait, I'm going to tell y'all. That's terrible. But wait, listen. I'm going to tell you, though. It's like we didn't know about it. I didn't know about any of that stuff. We have an opportunity now because we have access. Right. We just did InvestFest. Right. So it's like we have access to all of this.
But our ancestors did that.
Go ahead. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? I said that. I said our parents didn't know any better, bro. But we are in the world. We are in the world of information. So it would be irresponsible for us to follow that same shit.
I don't believe
right
that.
now.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that your parents didn't know any better. I think they didn't.
They didn't.
And the reason why I say that is because I've seen what my grandparents and great grandparents have done for their family. They leave them something, an asset of some sort. It may not be an expensive asset, but they leave them something. And yes, there is information. They will leave information and so on and so forth. But there's always an asset here. When a parent leaves you nothing, they have failed you. When they leave you nothing,
let me ask you a question.
they're irresponsible.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask one question. If you got 3 siblings, right? And out of the 3 siblings, I'm the father, right? I die. I leave your sister 200,000. I leave your brother 300,000, and I leave you a note that says, "Trust God, and may the force be with you." You cool with that?
Yeah, you know your kids. You know your kids. You know which kids you should leave 300,000.
Are you cool with that? Are you cool with that?
Nah. I would. So the thing is, I wouldn't do that. Of course, I wouldn't do that.
I would leave them even around people. I would leave all the one.
You know what that does? Even if you know your kids, whatever the case may be, right? The problem is that you now created even more contention amongst your children while you're dead. You can't even fix the problem. You've now left a bigger issue for them to deal with while you pass.
They're not even talking no more because you
not
did
as
something
messy.
like that.
How you messy? How you messy even in the afterlife? That's crazy.
You say that should happen to father. My father has 2 siblings, and my hip all the money, literally. But he split it evenly, meaning it wasn't no resentment because you know your damn kids.
Right.
You know, they left him all the money
Because he's the responsible one.
because he would give it away. And
So the responsible move was to give the responsible one. If you're not leaving nothing, you're irresponsible. That's what I'm saying.
So you know what else my family did? They left the house to no one because they knew it would cause trauma.
That's right.
Then my grandmother did the opposite. She had 5 kids. She didn't leave none of them a dime. She gave it back to the city. She said, because I know leaving the money would actually cause them to fight.
Yeah.
So, in all actuality, nothing financial. You gotta teach mindset before anything.
But this goes back to the point that I'm making. we have to break that train of thinking and be able to do these things differently. I had a child in the struggle.
Now, I feel like that's what's happening now. That's what's happening. We're that generation.
That's my point.
My mother's from the generation of working. She's been working since she was 16 years old. Yes. She did co-op.